Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. This is episode 9 of the Canadian Geekcast, and today I am joined by Dennis.
Hello.
And we've got Josh.
Thanks for getting us on here early today, Dennis.
No problem.
Oh, yes. Way too early.
Sorry, I got family coming over. It's Mother's Day.
Excuses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to give up my record to Steve, so we gotta make some sacrifices here.
You'll fall one day.
Yeah.
One day, but it's not this month.
Today is not this day. And we've also got Steph.
Hey, what's up? Shout out to Israel for winning Eurovision, and UK got robbed.
True.
My heart.
I'm so salty over yesterday.
Apparently it was it was an interesting song, though.
Yeah,
Very,
well, she does that chicken dance and
interesting.
make chicken noises. And she's a big,
Yes.
lovely lady. So I'm not that upset, but I am very upset at Ireland and Australia, who gave us 0 points. Goddamn betrayers.
And pulling up the rear today is Steve.
I don't have anything to be salty about, so I'll just say hello.
Oh, that's good. We've got a lot of salt.
Need to balance this out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll be the sweet one.
Sure. So each week, the five of us like to get together to discuss everything from latest video game news to films and television. You can listen to us pretty much anywhere you can find your podcast. We like to try and make it available on as many platforms as possible. If you like what you hear, give us a review on Podbean or iTunes or wherever. You can send us an email to CanadianGeekCast@gmail.com. We may even read it on the next show. So before we begin, we've got our question of the week. I think this one.
It's from Josh.
That was me.
This one's given to us by Josh. So the question of the week is, what games have you played that you were sure were going to be terrible, but were pleasantly surprised by?
Good question. It's a good question.
It's a thinker.
The thinker.
I have one.
At this early in the morning.
You're welcome.
I have one.
What is it, Steph?
All right,
All right.
Steph. Yeah, you go first.
So, big story. This was many, many years ago. My brother and I were at, I don't know, Walmart or EP or something, and they had those like $5 game sections
Yeah.
Yep.
with a bucket or whatever. And we found one game called Haze. And we looked up this game before we bought it. I think pretty sure we had the ability at the time. And it said it was the worst game ever made. So obviously we bought it.
Worse than E.T.
Well, I don't know. Anyways, so we decided to buy it, as you do. And the game was absolutely dreadful, but gave us some of the best lines that we still quote to this day. Including,
Nice.
You can go tell General Skin Coat to go suck some balls. Great game.
That's
So
awesome.
my brother and I still quote this game to this day. It's co-op, so we did play it together. And there was one point where he laid an entire, like all of his ammo of one gun into a dude, and the dude still kept coming at him. And we figured out it was a bug. So once he restarted the game, because he was like, this guy won't die, he's so hard. We restart the game, and the guy dies in 2 shots next time. It was just a bug. But anyways.
That's a pretty frustrating bug.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but it was one of those things where it's like the game was just, it's kind of like The Room in that it's so bad it's good.
Oh god,
Sure.
The Room.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
A game that we were like expecting a train wreck and had a good amount of laughs. I mean, it's not a good game, but I was surprised at how absolutely hilarious it was.
Nice. That's awesome. Josh, since it's your question, why don't you go next?
I'm gonna have to probably go with a game called Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. It.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's
I
good.
mean, like, I didn't know anything about it, but I was like, same as Steph. I kind of saw it in this discount used bin or whatever. It's $2 or something like that. So I'm like, for $2. I mean, even if it sucks, I can maybe at least get, a bunch of achievement points. And I love the game. I couldn't put it down. And if you're not familiar with it, it was actually made by Ninja Theory, the people who gave us Senua's Hellblade.
Yeah. It's based on Journey to the West, the same story that Dragon Ball is based on. So.
Oh, Dragon Ball is based on the same story, really?
Yeah.
It sure didn't feel like that. but okay.
Well, it is. Because the main character is a monkey boy, and Goku had a tail
Sure.
in Dragon Ball. So
Oh
I
yeah.
can see that.
Yeah.
Weird. Anyway, I don't know. It had some really good combat. It had a fun, engaging story. Some decent puzzles in it and climbing mechanics and things like that. I really enjoyed it. I couldn't put it down. I finished it in like a day and a half.
Nice. Dennis, why don't you go next?
Yeah, I don't really have a game in particular, but just a series in general. I didn't really play the Dynasty Warriors game during the PS2 era, but I got into it through like the spin-off games. So I think the first one I played was the Dynasty Warriors Gundam game. I was like, this is not as bad as I thought it would be, and I really enjoyed it. It told its own unique story with the Gundams, and also like One Piece and Zelda as well. There's like, yeah, it's not that great, but there's something to enjoy. Just going through like thousands of enemies in a couple minutes. So I enjoy those games.
Nice, right on. Steve.
So my answer is a bit timely. My answer would have to be Rage, the first Rage.
Oh yeah.
That was a game that I kept hearing really bad things about. People kept saying there's no substance in the game and everything, and then like Steph, I found it in one of those discount bins, and I was like, might as well get some extra achievement points or do something with it just to check it out or whatever. And then by the end of it, I felt like I was the outlier. I kept thinking to myself, like, this is a really good game. The shooting mechanics are really great. It has one of the best shotguns ever put in a video game. The vehicle mechanics are great too. Story's what it is, but I walked away like super surprised, and ever since I was like, Bethesda was onto something. They should go back to it, and might get into it next week, but Rage was I like I said, I felt like I was in the minority of loving that game.
I actually did play that game like from start to finish, and I was super pumped about it because it was using the ID Tech 5 game engine at the time, and that was like mind-blowing stuff that they were doing with that. So that's why I pretty much bought purely because of the Ed Tech 5. And I didn't hate the game. It definitely had some good things to it, but like you said, they were onto something, but their execution overall wasn't that great.
No, it could have been more polished, especially the ending if memory serves me right. Like there was just like a cliffhanger. I can't really remember what the actual story was, but there was something that left me wanting more.
Yeah, for sure it did. So we'll see what happens, I guess, right?
I just discovered an amazing thing.
What's up?
Haze was so bad that it was canceled. So it was supposed to come to Xbox 360 and Microsoft Windows Store, and it was canceled. And it actually killed the game studio, Free Radical.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
That's quite the achievement. That makes me feel so bad.
Where is the Microsoft achievement sound for that?
Oh.
I'll add that in. Don't worry. Yeah. Oh my god.
That's so
holy
upsetting.
cow. And like, man, and after watching Play Hard and see how like what goes on really behind developing a game, and then you hear that, wow. Press F to pay respect. Jeez.
What about you, Matt?
I was kind of looking through some of my games because I got my old PC games just to my side, and trying to think back of like even console games that I've purchased, and really trying to think of a game that was bad but I enjoyed, and I honestly can't really think of any. There's really none that come to mind.
Okay, well, if that's too hard, what about the opposite? What about a game that you were super stoked on playing, but just, didn't pan out that way?
It sucked.
Ukulele.
It was sucky.
Ukulele isn't too bad. It's not as good as I thought it was, but it's not absolutely horrible.
That's the biggest heartbreak I've ever had.
Maybe,
in gaming,
you know what?
Apart from playing Halo Online.
Maybe ukulele falls into that category. I was pretty excited to play it because it was kind of supposed to be a spiritual successor to the Banjo-Kazooie games and everything, but some of the issues, I mean, hell, with how long it took for it even just to come out, and then to come out on Switch and everything, and just because that's the platform I got it on. I play it. It's okay, but yeah, I had high hopes for that
Didn't
game.
we all?
You know what? Maybe it's Yooka-Laylee. That's I think the one that kind of.
I'm
falls
glad I
into that one
railroaded
for
you
me.
into that one.
Yes, thank you. I was gonna say, like, it does feel like playing it when I start playing it in the opening cutscenes and everything. It did feel like it was a game set in the
Yep.
Banjo universe. Even the weird voices when the characters are talking. Yeah, the whole thing, like, it was like, okay, yeah, I could see this being, another section in the Banjo, like, whatever island or world they're on. So it does feel like it fit, but I think it's the nostalgia glasses where I was kind of hoping it was going to be a lot better than
It was
than
just
it really
not
was.
well designed. I played Banjo like 6 months before Yooka-Laylee came out, and Banjo is still supremely superior in many ways.
Yeah. I need to go back and play it. Maybe I'll play it on the Rare Replay.
That's what I did.
Because that's where it's got the good improved
So now,
controls.
But as if Yooka-Laylee was not upsetting enough, but I just figured out that Free Radical was the guys who did Time Splitters. So we're kind of like doing a whole thing here where I said I wanted Time Splitters to come back, but Hayes killed it.
Jeez. Yeah, that was...
I'm so upset now.
That was a few episodes ago.
I'm so upset. I cannot believe Hayes killed my Time Splitters.
Triggered.
I think it's time we move on to...
Please do.
Move on then.
Please do.
Awesome! Righteous! Bossa Nova! What? Yeah? Bossa Nova? Chevy Nova? Excellent!
So our first topic is going to be all Nintendo on this one. After God knows how long it's been, Nintendo has finally confirmed and provided details, actual information about their online service. It took forever for this stuff to come out. We will be seeing the online service rolling out in September. Pricing is pretty much on par, with what people were kind of expecting. Although there was a pleasant surprise that I honestly don't remember hearing about the family membership.
I didn't
before, or them having any kind of that kind of thing in the works. So that was kind of pleasantly surprising. Now, just forewarning, all these prices are in Canadian dollars, so grab your currency converters into whatever currency you guys use. Prices are actually pretty reasonable, I think. A 12-month subscription to Nintendo Switch Online is $25, which is, I would say, pretty good.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, you're paying for cloud saves, which is kind of makes a few people kind of upset. But the what was it? It was like a not a virtual console, but it was like a
SNES
classic
games.
game.
Yeah. There's going to be 20
which is
20
included.
SNES games, only 10 of which have been announced, and they're talking about having some kind of co-op capability with it.
Well,
right, that's what it was. Yeah,
supported multiplayer and online multiplayer or online aspects.
Yeah, so that was something that I know that Nintendo had mentioned that they wanted to bring to these classic games with the Switch Online, but now we've actually kind of got some more information confirmed, which I think is kind of cool. Maybe I'll get lucky and be able to actually play Super Mario Kart online with someone, because Super Mario Kart's one of my all-time favorite SNES games. One of the kind of pleasantly surprising things is the family membership. So it's $45 for 12 months, and you get up to 7 other consoles that can join in your family membership. And they'll all have access to the Switch Online. So, which that's awesome.
Yeah, you could just scrounge some money with 8 of your friends and just pay for a year. Yeah, it's like
I mean 6.
We'll get that Canadian Geekcast family membership.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think and yeah, that is awesome.
Yep.
That's kind of like, because I know it's we're talking Nintendo, but with Xbox, people do the game share, which is that gray area thing, and you can share Xbox Live with that. This is kind of a little bit more legitimate way
Yeah.
to share.
Well, this is like Netflix, like to a T, right? Like Netflix has the ability to, for friends to use your password and up to 5 or 6 different devices,
something like that.
Yeah. Even the NES Classic things, like this is definitely a Netflix style subscription, where games will come in, games will come out. You just get them a la carte.
It's funny to me because Steam has one of the most underutilized family plans, like ever.
Oh, really?
So basically, what happens is with Steam, if you have a family thing, you can share your account with 3 people, and what that allows is so I have this with my brother. So we have access to each other's games, but only one person can play that game at a time. Yeah. So if I'm playing, let's say he's got, I have Rocket League. So if he was playing Rocket League, if I go in, it says, hey, like Christopher, his account is currently playing. Do you want to kick him out? And I can say, yeah. Which is, but like if you're mature enough, we have large enough game libraries, each of us, it doesn't really matter. But I think that's a really cool idea, which we can play each other's games, so he could try something out that I have and vice versa. But yeah, it's a really interesting concept that I think is far superior to what anyone else has when it comes to family plans.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get full access to his library, he gets full access to mine. We don't have to share passwords or anything.
I'm sure we'd be able to do that on the Switch if your purchases were actually tied to something proper,
We're tied to the membership itself.
Yeah, instead of the hardware or something.
Yeah.
Josh, what do you think about this?
As the only non-Nintendo owning person here, I don't know. I think it's actually a really good value. I think it's incredible value, really. I hope that perhaps Sony and Microsoft will maybe take a little note of this, because I think the general feedback on it has been very positive. I still don't like the fact that they've got the cloud saves behind the paywall. I think it's kind of crappy.
I agree with you there.
It's 2018, man. Just it's been like, welcome to 2011, guys. Wake up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also the other thing that bugs me about it is still that party chat thing just doesn't sit right with me. I hear from other super hardcore Nintendo people, they're like, oh, I don't really care. I don't want to talk to kids that are playing the game. I don't want to hear them. But if I'm playing a game with my friends, I want to talk to my friends. I don't give a crap about what anybody else is saying, but I do want to hear what my friends are saying. I want to try and coordinate things, or even just hang out.
Yeah.
And I think that doing things the way they're doing it with that application on your phone, I think that's lame.
I agree. I'm a pretty hardcore Nintendo guy, and I hate that whole setup.
Alternatives are a way to I remember streaming with a friend some time ago with Mario Kart, and we would just use the alternative Discord. It's much easier, and you don't have to go through all that hoop jumping. So
it just sucks that you have to use we're almost forced to use something like Discord, which is properly kind of designed for for this kind of thing. But
for me, this is such a hard sell because it gives nothing to me, except for maybe the cloud saves. But to me, that's not worth just under $5 a month, because everything for me, again, I'm super spoiled as a PC user, where as a Steam user, where everything is cloud save is free, online play is free, games are cheaper because we get a lot more sales. To me, it's such a hard sell, because I'm but I get this for free in PC, and a lot of these games are on PC anyways, except for the Nintendo ones. So I'm just
but that's just said you don't get your Nintendo experiences.
But why?
They know that.
Yeah, but I don't have that many Nintendo. I don't play Mario Kart. I don't own it. I don't have it.
That's a shame.
If there's just, for me, there's no reason. If I was going to have Mario Kart or Super Smash Brothers, I wouldn't be playing with randos online. It would be with my friends here in a party.
Sure.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
like I play everything on my PC anyways, so it's gonna be a no for me because it's just $25 I can buy on Steam sale.
Well, I think that's
true.
just it. If it doesn't speak to you, it doesn't speak to you.
Yeah.
Right now, there's only a handful of online capable games out right now. With the big one coming out being Smash. It will be interesting to see how this whole thing, aligns with Smash coming out. The capabilities going in there. I think the biggest thing in this is Nintendo's vocalization about getting rid of the virtual console banner.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is like I was like, oh, if they bring out like N64 games or some other games along those lines, then it would be worth it for me. But knowing that they're not doing that and it's just 20 SNES games, which is not a console I own
for now,
in the near future, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, there's nothing here for me because I don't have the nostalgia for the SNES games. I never had one. So there's no value there for me. I don't play online. So for me personally as a gamer, I'm just like, nah, not for me.
Yeah. Josh, what do you think? Any other thoughts?
No, to Dennis's point about you just using a Discord. I mean, I guess if you use your computer, you sit at your computer monitors to play video games, that's one way to bypass it, but I don't. I spend enough time in front of these GD screens that when I'm going to do gaming, I'm sitting on my big old butt on the couch and I'm doing it from there.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to tie myself into a computer. I don't want just to talk to someone or tie myself to my phone for that matter, just to have a conversation for fun and hang out with my friends online.
Yeah, I agree. I played Splatoon 2 a while back, and I used Skype to talk to a buddy of mine from Finland, and it was okay. But it'd be nice to have something through the console. What's kind of funny is I saw a picture. I forget if it was on. I think it was on Reddit, and it was of the original DS with a single headphone cable to the bottom. The games had built-in voice chat. I think it was Pokemon and stuff had built-in voice chat, and that was in when did the DS come out? 2001?
No.
2001 or 2.
I don't think so. I think it was later than that.
It's early 2000s.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
No.
We'll just say early 2000s. So you've got that, and then you've got the Switch, and it's like this entire rat's nest of wires and a phone and everything.
Yeah.
It's like
2004.
Okay.
Holy crap.
14 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping that the rumors when the Switch dropped are going to maybe be true and that Discord might be coming to the console.
I hope so.
That'd be alright. I wouldn't be mad about that.
Because there's literally, aside from Nintendo allowing it, there's literally nothing that would prevent you from pairing a Bluetooth headset to the system.
No.
See, that's kind of interesting. I hadn't heard that there might be a Discord coming to Nintendo because Microsoft has that partnership or something.
That's what I was just about to say.
With them, and I've been saying for years, like the last 2 years, I said I think Microsoft can make a big move and either get into a partnership or purchase Discord, roll it into Mixer somehow, and then use that as like part of their games as a service platform to competing companies.
It'd be interesting because it's
As long as they don't abolish it for Skype.
no. But yeah, it's interesting because it's so well integrated into Steam right now that it'd be interesting to see it integrate with other platforms as well. Because right now, actually, with a lot of PC games, it'll show you like exactly what games people are playing. So it'll say like Stephanie's playing X or Y.
Right.
It's very well integrated with Steam.
I was going to say, so it's not that there's a rumor that it was coming. It's that Discord is very interested and wants to work with Nintendo on this. And I guess they've been trying to work with Nintendo to have a Discord app on the Switch. Sorry. So not that they're working on it. It's that they...
Someone wants to work with Nintendo? What a shock.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of
Sorry,
companies
Josh,
seem to be
no, it's
open
okay.
with working with this new Nintendo.
True.
I don't know. That's almost like a that almost would have been like a perfect segue into some predictions for E3, but I'll wait till next week.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
Save it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was interesting for me is not the games or the Nintendo Online. It was the new charging station that they announced. The one to me was way more exciting than Nintendo Online, which is kind of sad. But that to me, that addresses
Yeah.
a lot of the issues I had with the Switch. Again, really
Right.
niche issues, but like when I'm on the plane and stuff, I couldn't have it sitting on the table for very long because after an hour, it's out of juice. So
Right.
you couldn't plug it in because the stand and the charging is on the bottom. So you're forced to pick it up and have it handheld. Which to me, again, really niche situation. But I was like, I don't really like this. I wish it had been done differently. So this kind of addressed that. And I was like, okay, Nintendo, like this is something that should have been out when it was released, but I'm glad that we have it now. But of course, they're releasing it like after I have my 2 flight trips this year. So that was.
If only they had
I
known you
know.
were.
How dare you,
If only
Nintendo?
they'd known. They should have really. Yeah.
Yeah, should release it on your time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how thoughtless.
But
But yeah,
Yeah.
that new and
I don't really
and
play
it was
mine in.
$25, I think, for the stand.
Yeah, 25 US. I think it was. Which.
Just as much
That's
as a
not-
yearly subscription.
Yeah.
But like that's not bad considering
that's
how much
not
a
too
docking
bad.
station is, because the
Oh,
docking
yeah.
station doesn't really
Yeah.
do much.
Well, it does the dock is everything. It's your HDMI the whole bit. It doesn't really lend itself though possible for tabletop mode.
Yeah,
And like any of those third party different adapters don't work either because as soon as you plug it into the dock, the screen's off. So I don't use tabletop mode. In fact, I don't think I've ever used tabletop mode outside of when I first got the console just to try it. So I don't really have. I know this will probably be a pass for me, but it sounds like it's gonna be great for people like Steph.
yeah.
Yeah, I used it once or twice in tabletop mode when I was on vacation. And like you were saying, like being on the plane, it sucked that I always had to have it in handheld mode while charging. So if I ever, like the next time I go on a trip, I might just buy one just because.
Yeah, like if people have to
Mhm.
take like a Go train or something where there's a table, like that would be great. If you're going to like conventions and stuff, like I just think it was nice. I was like, okay, this is a very niche thing, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that it exists.
Yeah.
Though it would have been better if they just put
Yeah.
the charging port on the top. Just saying.
Well, then you've got to redesign the dock and all that kind of that introduces another set
Why?
of
You can just turn it
challenges.
upside down. It's not like the screen's on.
Oh, that's true.
I feel like there's more to it.
There probably is.
Or else someone in the boardroom would have been like, what if we do this?
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's something. But
Yeah,
I'm not smart enough to figure it out, but I have a feeling there's more to it,
yeah, that's
give
true.
them benefit of doubt, I guess.
Shall we move on?
Okay.
if you say so.
Yeah, but
Right. Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand. Wax on, wax off. Breathe. In through nose, out the mouth. Wax on, wax off. Don't forget to breathe. Very important. Wax on, wax off. Wax on.
All right, so our second topic is we're going to discuss a little bit about the Cobra Kai YouTube Red series. And Josh, I'm going to hand this one over to you.
All right. Well, Cobra Kai is basically the sequel set 30-ish years past after the events of the first Karate Kid movie from the 80s. As a kid of the 80s, Karate Kid was very much a thing of my childhood and something that I look back very fondly on. So when they announced this, I was like, do we need that? I don't know. And then I saw the first trailer and I was like, that's what that is. So the trailer kind of sucked, but I had to watch it, and
Yeah.
goddamn, what a wicked show. Seriously.
Yep.
It's so much fun. It has like a lot of the feel and the heart of the original Karate Kid, but things have changed.
Uh-huh.
So just to give a real brief Reader's Digest version of what's going on now is it's 30 some odd years in the future. Johnny Lawrence, the original bully, bad guy, the pretty boy, blonde hair, he his life hasn't turned out so good in the time since the first movie, and he's a drunk. He's pissed off with the world. He doesn't like a whole lot. He's estranged from his son, and Daniel LaRusso is just a super successful guy now. He owns multiple luxury car dealerships, and his face is on billboards all across the city, and it's just a constant reminder to Johnny of his failures when they were kids.
Mhm.
And as fate has it, they cross paths again, and Johnny decides that he's going to start the Cobra Kai dojo back up. And he befriends a kid who's very much like Daniel LaRusso was in the first movie, where he's bullied. He's the new kid in town, and he takes him under his wing and starts teaching him. You got to watch it. If you've seen the first movie or you know anything about it, go back, watch the original, come back to this, and then watch this one. It's so good. It's the original actors are in it. So Ralph Macchio and the guy's name escapes me right now. The guy who played Johnny Lawrence. It's just so much fun. I crushed it. Not like Dennis. Dennis crushed it in a much more epic fashion than I did, but it was awesome.
Yeah, I watched it like late at night. I think I started like episode 1 at 11, and then I found myself to 5 a.m. and I finished it. It was like,
Ooh.
yeah, it didn't matter.
Like a marathon.
Yeah, it was. It's that good. It's that good that I just forget about time. And
It's true.
yeah,
Must be nice to have that kind of free time now.
Okay,
It's not free time.
I've got a question as someone who doesn't watch YouTube Red. YouTube Red's still not available in Canada, right?
Correct. But you can get the episodes, I think like $2.50 each if you decide
Yep.
to, if you want to do that.
Right. But there's not like a season, like you can't buy like season 1 of Cobra Kai for a discounted price. You have to buy them all individually.
I think so, but don't quote me 100% on that. I would have to double check.
You might be able
again.
to buy the playlist or something.
Yeah, maybe, but it's $2.50 an episode, I think.
Yeah.
Completely.
How many episodes are in this season?
10.
And
Yeah, with two of them being
two
free.
free.
Yeah.
Right,
So it's
right.
$20
you're
just to
paying-
watch the
You have
season.
to buy 8 episodes.
$20, yeah. No commercials.
Yeah.
Each episode's only about half an hour ish, give or take. It's not a real big major commitment, but I mean, watch the first 2 episodes at very least on YouTube. I know that it was actually renewed for season 2 already.
Yeah,
I saw that.
After less than a week, which is outstanding. The producers are blown away by just how big it's gotten. I think they said I want to say the last I saw was over 16 million people watched the first 2 episodes. So
That's
Nice.
awesome.
pretty big numbers.
The first episode's sitting at 24 mil right now.
Wow.
That's wicked.
I think the fact that it's on a platform like YouTube helps, because YouTube's available pretty much everywhere, and they stayed fairly true to, I think, the original and like the formula and everything. Like, it just feels like
A continuation.
it's not like there have been some series or films that have picked up after a huge hiatus and they've been horrible, whereas this one was actually really good. And is I've only seen the first 2 episodes, and at first I was like, okay, yeah, it's been forever since I've seen Karate Kid, and by the time I was done the second episode, I was like, I want to watch more, but we had to come and record an episode, so yeah, I think I'm gonna spend the $20 and I'm gonna watch the rest of it, because I was just laying on my couch and just watch on my phone. It was awesome, and like I said, it felt like just an exact perfect continuation of the film.
Yeah, I think this is actually like really big shot in the arm for the YouTube Red platform too, because like, I mean, honestly, were you guys talking or thinking about YouTube Red before, or asking for when there's going to be like actual subscription coming to Canada? Because I don't think I even gave it a second thought. And
I never even asked the question, is it even in Canada? I just assumed it might be. I had never even bothered to look into it because there wasn't anything that caught my attention up until Cobra Kai.
Right. And I think also this is like the first real major success for YouTube Red. I mean, I may be wrong.
Depends
but,
what fandom you're in.
Yeah.
There's a big K-pop band that has a YouTube Red show, and that gets silly views.
I don't even know what that is, but okay. Okay, so let me rephrase, like on like a more global scale then maybe. I don't know. But this is huge.
Yeah, it's basically like YouTube Red's House of Cards in some way.
Sure, I could. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's a good gateway for the general audience, right? Everyone knows Karate Kid. Most people will remember these characters, and this is a good way to bring people into the platform.
right.
Yeah.
Going to that though, real quick. If you are like me and you have young kids, and you remember the Karate Kid as being the wholesome sort of show that it was,
It's not.
This is not it. This is very much a Karate Kid for those people who grew up with Karate Kid. It's got swearing. It's got some sexual innuendos in there. It's got some pretty awesome moments too. That you're probably like you don't want to be like, have your kid. What does that mean? Because you don't want to you don't want to have to explain what that is.
Yeah, but
So,
in some way, this is Karate Kid: The Next Generation, because it doesn't really continue like the one-on-one between Johnny and the other guy. I just can't remember. Sorry,
Johnny
and
Daniel?
Daniel. It's really continue the legacy of the Cobra Kai and Mr. Miyagi. Yeah,
it is. I was gonna say, one of the neat things though is like it's a complete flip of the story though, right?
Yeah,
Because
it is.
before, Johnny was the guy who had money and influence and power, and now it's the other way around. And there's times where they have these great on-screen moments where the tension's there because they're both still feeling a lot of disdain for one another because of what happened in the past. It could very easily have been turned around. You know what I mean? Like they could have very easily become very, very good friends if they would just get over themselves a little bit, you know?
Yeah, and also went in a way just to like make Johnny look as a better character, because like you kind of really feel for the guy.
You do.
Yeah, even from his perspective in the original Karate Kid, like if you look at it from his perspective, yeah, David LaRusso is kind of he just comes in, steals his girl, and it's like
kicks him in the face.
Yeah, it's like it's in some way David is the villain of Karate Kid, but in the show it really makes David LaRusso look very intense.
Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. David LaRusso. Daniel LaRusso. Look very
so close. So close.
Whatever. LaRusso makes him very antagonist looking, and there's a lot of like gray areas. You don't know. You want to cheer for Johnny, but like you come from the perspective of Daniel, and it's just hard to pick one or the other. I kind of want to cheer on Johnny because like
he's now the underdog, right?
Yeah,
loves an underdog.
He's the underdog now because of the roles are switched, and it's
100%.
kind of crazy. Yeah, it's like so good. I really like even the story of season 1. I could even going through the show, I was like, I can definitely see a season 2. And I was like listening to like some of the writers, the screenwriters who pitched this, and like, these guys come from, I think they wrote Hot Tub Time Machine.
Love Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
And
the first one was great. The second one, not so much.
Anyway, those are very comedy driven shows, and I think the worry about those guys writing it was going to be a very comedy centric kind of show that Cobra Kai would be, and it's a very serious show. There's some funny moments in it, but it's as serious as the original Karate Kid, and that's what makes it really great.
Okay, I have to say the a little bit. I don't know if you want to call it a spoiler, but when you see when Johnny's like going through his like handyman jobs and he's setting up the TV, and the lady starts getting mad as they cross from the door. I was so mad because I've been through situations similar to that. I'm like, this is her fault.
Yeah,
I got so angry at that part. Like,
that was my biggest trepidation when I saw the trailers. I heard people talking about it, was that they were going to pull punches, make it like a family oriented show that was purely comedy driven. I was like, man, I'm just not into it. But like you were saying, Dennis, this is a really serious show. It does have like comedic points, but yeah, I was really impressed not only by like how they handled the subject matter, but also with the production value. I was surprised that kind of production is on YouTube Red. This feels like it could be like on a Netflix or Amazon.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think it's really interesting that they went with YouTube. But YouTube's really been chasing this kind of thing. I think they do want to compete with things like Netflix. Like they want those kind of quality shows on their platform. And it allows for people to kind of integrate with their marketing schemes, because now you've got like all of your promotional stuff and then it blends right into the actual show itself, which is really interesting, because before you'd have to promote somewhere and then try to bring people elsewhere. It's interesting because if you look at their channel, it's all the promotional materials plus the series. Also, having Karate Prank NYC reaction trailers and then a video that says Cobra Kai is a hit makes me facepalm like no tomorrow. But like it's interesting. Like maybe we'll see more of this going forward.
Well, they definitely need more quality because, this just in, Logan Paul's a D-bag, and they need to get away from that guy.
No kidding. But he's giving out $50 for his audience.
Oh wow!
I know.
He's such a man of the people.
He has to give money to people come watch him now. So
good for him.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. It's there's actually one of the other things is if some people will probably get offended by some of the things that happen or get said in this, because Johnny is still very much rooted in the 80s, not at all like me. He says some things that would be very considered very off color and not politically correct. Also not like me.
And he's not really with the times. He doesn't really know what social media is.
Doesn't know the internet is really all that much either.
He literally lives in the 80s.
Yeah.
He still drives a Trans Am.
Yeah.
Listen. Stop. Right there. Just leave him alone.
Hey, I love his car.
Alone.
I love that car.
I know
that's a nice car.
But there's a great he's still very much Johnny though, right? Like he's the underdog guy, but he's still kind of an a-hole. And he will, like, there's a great moment, and I'm not going to really give any spoilers away, but he goes by this kid, and this kid's wearing like a nerdy shirt. He's like, "Oh, hey, cool shirt." And the kid's like, "Oh, thanks. You like it?" He's like, "No, I'm just kidding. It sucks."
I remember that.
And for some reason, I don't know why, that floored me. I was laughing so hard, I had to turn the show off and just like to rewind a little bit because I couldn't stop laughing. But just check it out. Watch the first 2 episodes if you and just give it a shot. I think most people will be very pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah,
yep.
I agree.
Yep,
I was.
Well, you're gonna be more pleasantly surprised if you watch the
finish it.
episodes.
If you finish
I'm going
it,
to.
You'll love it.
I'm
pleasantly surprised by their custom like player marker. So and like there's usually just that little red dot that shows you where you are in the video.
Yeah.
It's a little karate man.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Oh, is it really? See, I watched it on my phone, so I didn't see any of that. That's cool.
Desktop. I am fascinated by this.
Oh, well.
10 out of 10.
Just watch the show, Steph.
We should probably move on before we lose Steph to Cobra Kai too soon.
Fair.
It's true.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Murphy.
All right, so our third topic is a little more TV. This one definitely had some mixed emotions. There's some anger and then happiness. I'm going to pass this one over to Steph, because I think out of the 5 of us, she was probably one of the more vocal on this one.
My 9-9 was saved from the brinks. What a roller coaster of 36 hours, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, like it's one of those things that's been coming because we knew this was up for renewal and it wasn't getting the best ratings on Fox. So it was rumored for a long time it was going to be canceled, especially because Fox was holding out so long. So it was kind of, I saw it coming. Did that make me any less upset? No. It's probably, there's very few shows and comedies, especially in North America, that like hit my funny bone. And this one just is so spot on. Like, it's so good. It never failed to make me laugh, especially the cold opens. Like, they just continue to get better and better and better as the season went on. And it's one of the few shows that me and my boyfriend can watch together. There's very few shows that we agree on. So for us to lose that was kind of really upsetting. And there was all those rumors of like, oh, is Hulu going to pick it up? Is Netflix going to pick it up? Because Netflix has picked up like Arrested Development and some other previously axed by Fox shows. But Hulu was very quick to come out and say, no, we're not picking it up. And then NBC announced that they were taking it, which to me is a little suspicious that it happened so quickly. I think that had been a talk long in the making. I don't think a studio, like with property rights and all the other considerations, money-wise, investments, all this stuff, I don't think that happens in 24 hours. So I think this is something maybe Fox and NBC had been discussing for a while under the table, especially with how quick Hulu was like, yeah, no, we're not getting it.
That's
I don't
true.
think that's an overnight decision,
point.
but am I any less happy? No, I'm ecstatic. And I'm super happy. I kind of wish it had been on Netflix, so then I could properly support it, but c'est la vie.
It'll probably come to, if it's going to be on Hulu, it'll probably come to, was it Crave TV?
No, it's already on Netflix.
Yeah, but it's only when the season's done.
Yeah, you can get previous seasons on.
No, I mean like the new series or season or whatever. It'll probably come to Crave TV. I'm guessing.
Huh.
Yeah, if only people used Crave.
If only people cared about Crave.
Yeah.
I only care about it for Letterkenny and old Seinfeld episodes.
But what a great show, and I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, when actually it was I was driving home from work when you sent that link that it got canceled, and I know it's bad, but because my watch kept buzzing, and, and just seeing the reactions and everything, I'm like, all right, as soon as there's a red light, I got to look at this.
Yeah.
So first red light, I quickly opened it up, and I just kind of like started yelling in my car. It was not good, but. I think the outpouring of people wanting somebody to pick this up kind of at least maybe makes NBC realize this is probably a good decision.
Yeah.
That they were going to take this. The only other show that I can recall that lasted a while and was really good was 30 Rock on NBC.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that Brooklyn Nine-Nine is going to be in pretty good hands, I think, with NBC over Fox, because Fox is where shows go to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, this wasn't the only show that was canceled. Fox was on a canceling spree. They canceled this, Last Man on Earth and Lucifer. I know there's a lot of fans.
I did not realize Lucifer was still going, and that really upset me because I actually really enjoyed the first season.
Yeah, I only watched the first 2 episodes, and I was like, this is not for me. I watch enough cop shows.
There's never enough cop shows.
Well, I got too much.
There's never enough detective crime solving. Crime's my thing, so there's literally never enough. I've watched everything on Netflix. Give me more.
Super detective.
I already watched Gotham, and that's enough for me.
That's
one show I'm glad they didn't cancel. Oh, I would have been so upset.
So is Lucifer just like another cop show, but it's the devil?
Well, it's more of a like detective shows where it's like like CSI, Criminal Minds. Like I separate those two things. There's a difference between cop shows and crime dramas, detectives.
Investigation.
I think those two things is very separate in my brain. And this one is but it has the devil in it and angels, and it's very It's interesting, and the guy who plays Lucifer is amazing.
Huh. I had never heard of the show before.
Yeah, it's a DC show.
I thought it got canceled already.
I did too, to be honest.
Oh, it is canceled now, so.
Well, no, I thought
Yeah.
it got canceled a while ago.
I was surprised
Yeah.
it was still going. But yeah, like there was a Reddit comment that kind of summed it up in what did people expect from a network that canceled Firefly, Futurama, Family Guy, and Arrested Development.
Didn't they also cancel, or was Better Off Ted also on Fox?
Yeah, it was.
That was a show that I wish would get picked up again as well. If you've never seen Better Off Ted, I highly recommend
It's a good
it.
show, or was.
It's kind of documentary-ish, or like mockumentary / office comedy.
You mean like
Mhm.
I don't know how to
like Parks and Recreation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's only a few parts. Like, there's a part where the main character will actually address the camera and be talking.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the mockumentary part. But the rest of it, you're like an outside observer watching everything unfold. But yeah, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Anyways,
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Reeling it back, I just wanted to say that it was great to see so much positivity come out of this, because very rarely, I'm sure like everyone sitting here, you've all had like a show get canceled that you really like. And
Uh-huh.
generally you go to Twitter or whatever and voice your disdain for it, but literally everyone was going online and voicing their opinions on this, and lo and behold, NBC came through with it. It was just really cool to see.
Yeah,
Yep.
it kind of sucked for me because I always have that one comedy show that I always
Mhm.
watch. So like I would always watch Scrubs, and then I would move on to Parks and Recreation, and after Parks and Recreation was over, I moved on to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So if this was gone, I would be like, what's gonna make me laugh?
yeah, I think there's literally two
Yeah,
shows me
yeah.
and my boyfriend watch every week. One is Riverdale, and the other is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And I was very upset that we were losing one of those. But I think it kind of proves that,
Yeah.
the inclusiveness of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like it addresses a lot of issues without being kind of too in your face and preachy about it. It talks about like race issues, and it talks about sexuality issues and all these things, that it can be profitable, and it doesn't actually marginalize people because they do it in such a good way. It's just so
Yeah, I remember one episode that they brought up racial profiling, like with Terry
Terry.
Crews. It was like, oh my
Like-
god, I can't believe they're
Yeah.
going there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that entire episode.
Yeah,
is
it
very
got
good.
real that episode.
Yep.
Scary.
I gotta
Terry.
be honest. I'm kind of disappointed it's coming back.
You can leave now.
Purely because no, hold on. Purely because my wife came home like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. She's like, "Oh, all the people at work say we should be watching the show Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Have you heard of it?" I said, "I've heard of it, but I've never watched it." She's like, "They all say we got to watch it, so I think we should put that on our list of things to watch." So then I was like, "Okay, we'll just add that to all the other 100 things we need to watch." And then I was like, "Oh, sweet, we don't have to watch this now because
It's canceled.
because it's been canceled and it's there's no closure, so we don't have to watch it." But now it's been picked
It's
up, so I
so
have to put it
worth
back
it
on the
though.
list.
It's so good.
It is. Yeah.
It's really good.
I think one of my.
we
I'll
say
check
that
it
now,
out.
but
I'll
there
check it
always
out.
gets to a point where shows go on way too
Yeah.
long.
Right now it's
And
still
I really hope
Castle
that
right now
was
it's
one of them.
still funny though.
No, it is. I just hope that NBC can treat it with respect and
Mhm.
let it go when it needs to go, rather than they just got it and it's gonna be season 6. So I hope that they're not
Yeah.
like, okay, we need to milk this for 6 more seasons because we.
I'm
bought it."
fine with that as long
Yeah.
as it's still
Yeah.
funny and relevant. I think there's some shows that can do that, but no, for sure. I hope they don't give it the Castle treatment where it just dies a very slow and painful death.
I mean, I look at even The Office, which was for me one of the funniest comedies, like half-hour comedies, and even that one went on way too long, and by the end of it, just wasn't funny anymore.
Yeah, I think after Michael left, it was like,
Yeah.
it's just
So even the greats can fall within like a flip of a dime, right?
Well,
Yep.
Friends lasted 10 seasons. And that's still classic. I hope it gets that kind of.
Have you ever watched Friends without
Yes.
the laugh track?
Yeah, it's scary.
It's great, especially the scene where
Oh.
Ross was doing the like "I want to attack my ex-wife" thing.
Yeah.
Karate.
The self-defense course.
So
Yeah,
That's
funny.
Yeah, that ranks up there with Big Bang Theory
Oh,
without the
don't
laugh
even
track.
go
It's just
there.
as bad.
I still love Big Bang Theory. Stamped it, no erases.
It's a horrible show. I hate it.
You have a horrible attitude.
No, I don't. I just like good things.
Oh snap! Shots
Bazinga.
fired.
Don't bring up Big Bang Theory in front of me.
Agreed.
that show.
I never.
Dennis,
got
where
into
do you fall on young Sheldon?
it. Oh my god.
I don't even care. Ugh.
I think it's time to move on before things get too heated.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
You're wrong, Dennis.
Yeah.
Let's cool it off with Dennis's game releases of the week.
I agree. So
Yeah.
I agree too.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get through this really quick.
Josh,
but-
do you want to sing the theme song?
No, I
Okay.
don't even remember what it was now.
Jeez. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Yeah, well, just keep your power gloves off her, pal, huh?
Okay, so I gotta try and get through this really quick because my family's coming like in 30 minutes or so. So these are the game releases between May 18th and the 31st. So this is gonna be extra long because this is a plug for next week's episode. We have a predictions episode, so we're gonna have 5 predictions for each of the consoles. So Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and one prediction for third party or
Third
whatever.
party.
So coming out on May 18th on the Nintendo Switch is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. So just like I said about the Dynasty Warrior games, this is a game I played on Wii U, but I don't really think I'm gonna get it again. Like I know what it is, so.
Yeah.
But if you haven't played it and you don't mind that gameplay, definitely get it on the Switch.
Sweet. Those Musos.
Yep. After that is Little Nightmares Complete Edition coming to Nintendo Switch on May 18th.
I just need to play that game. I've heard so many good things about it. Oh, damn it.
These release dates are a lot of exclusives coming out. So the next one is State of Decay 2 coming to Xbox One and PC on May 18th.
I'm playing it right
Great.
now. Not this exact second, but I am playing that, and I can talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, after that is Ancestors Legacy coming to Xbox One and PC on May 22nd. After that is Mega Man Legacy Collection coming to Nintendo Switch on May 22nd.
Oh yeah, Mega Man coming back home.
Yeah, Mega Man, we're coming to Nintendo Switch. That's the only voice acting I love.
What just happened?
Very confused right now.
It's
Is that from the cartoon?
It's an Ego Raptor reference. When he talks about Mega Man, like Mega Man 9 and 10, he constantly mocks Roll, so that's what that's referring to. Okay.
I saw what you were throwing down.
Okay. After that is Runner 3 coming to Nintendo Switch and PC on May 22nd.
This should be a mobile game. I hate runner games. Sorry.
Okay.
I had to spread my salt.
After that is Space Hulk Deathwing Enhanced Edition coming to PS4, PC on May 22nd. After that, Tennis World Tour coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC on May 22nd.
EA Sports.
Yeah, more sports. After that is Dylan's Dead Heart Breakers coming to Nintendo 3DS on Victoria Day, May 24th.
Whoa.
3DS.
Yeah.
Yes. Still going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a long weekend next weekend.
It is.
Holy shit.
Well, long weekend for us Canadians.
Yeah, buddy.
After that, the Dark Souls of Remasters is coming. Dark Souls
Sweet.
Remastered coming to PS4, Xbox One, PC on May 25th with a Nintendo Switch release coming this summer.
I feel like this one snuck up on me.
Why do we have a remaster already?
I
It's
mean,
an old game.
'cause
It's like 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Money.
This is like when Skyrim was like brought to 1 million consoles.
I literally owned that game 4 times.
I only bought it once on
I bought it
PS3,
twice.
and I returned it because like I don't like Bethesda games apparently.
Yeah, I have it on 360.
Blasphemy.
You're all kinds
Eh.
of wrong today, man.
Sorry, I'm such a disappointment.
Next, he's gonna say it doesn't actually like pineapple.
Okay.
What?
Another exclusive that's coming is Detroit Become Human, coming to PS4 on May 25th. So another
Stoked for this one.
another exclusive in the exclusive year of 2018. After that is Pixel Junk Monsters 2 coming to PS4 and Nintendo Switch on May 25th.
We've talked about this before. Yeah,
Pixel junk?
we've definitely talked.
No, that was a different type of junk that we talked
Nope.
about before, Steph.
We've definitely talked about this. It's a little tiki guy, and it's like castle defense type thing. We've definitely talked about this game before. I remember the little tiki guy.
Maybe it wasn't coming to PlayStation.
It might have been on Steam before,
Switch?
maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
That
that's what it was.
little
because you
guy, he looks.
because you gotta remember there's other platforms than PC, so other games are coming out. So I know you're the PC master race, but remember us peasants who are not getting those games.
I'll try really hard.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Dennis is firing on all cylinders today.
Wow.
I'm not even trying. It just comes. It comes and goes.
I was just trying to remember
After-
why that game looked so familiar.
Okay. Next is Agony coming to PS4, Xbox One, PC on May 29th. 2 days
This
after.
is
2
the
days after my
spooky,
birthday.
like violent game that's coming out, right? Like a lot of people are saying that this game's imagery is like terrifying.
Yeah,
Ooh.
It's
it looks disgusting.
Yeah, it's getting
like Dead Space.
I don't
What was it called
worse.
Worse.
Agony.
again? Agony.
The YouTube link's there, so
I mean, it's a hard pass for me.
yeah.
I kind of want to check it out.
I don't even need
Me
to
too,
look at
Steve.
it. I know it's not my type of game. I don't like.
It's a survival horror game.
Yeah.
Oh,
darn.
two things that. No. Next,
Yeah.
you'll be telling me it's early access.
After that is Everspace coming to PS4 on May 29th. So that's coming. After that, a game that I think has been on PS4 for a long time, but Legend of K Anniversary is coming to Nintendo Switch on May 29th.
Cool.
And after that is Moonlighters coming to everything. PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, and Mac. That's the
Super progressive there.
yeah.
Big up for those Mac users.
Yeah. All two of those Mac gamers.
Yeah.
An action RPG with roguelike elements. Okay.
Yeah, that's coming May 29th. And now we're going back to Sega, because the Sega Mega Drive classics are coming to PS4 and Xbox One on May 29th.
The games have all the games been announced for that yet?
I don't know.
Because I know I thought at one point they only had some of the games announced
Mhm.
for what was coming out.
It's got Sonic, it's all that matters.
That's yeah. And we're gonna be a little bit more in the past because Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection is coming to PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC on May 29th. And
No Mac?
Yeah, we all need
No.
another Street Fighter 3 game, right?
No, Street Fighter 2.
I'm sorry,
I think
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, Street Fighter 2 is I think one of the most widely released Street Fighter games.
It's released once a year.
Hurts my head.
And last but not least is Yesterday Origins coming to Nintendo Switch on May 31st. And that's it for the game releases of the next 2 weeks.
Thanks, Dennis.
Snoogans.
No
Excellent.
problem. now I get to see family, and my twin nephews are gonna run all over.
Fun.
Twins are.
They're gonna touch all your stuff.
No, the door will be closed. No entry.
You think that stops kids?
That's usually it should.
That's true.
No.
It doesn't.
No.
Well, they haven't gone down here yet. So.
Keyword is yet.
Mm.
Keyword is yet. Awesome.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Well, I would say that about wraps it up for this episode of the Canadian Geekcast. Guys, if people wanted to connect with you online, where could they do so? Josh, let's start with you.
Find me on Twitter, Xbox Canada, or on my site, pixelserial.com. That's it.
Nice. Steph, what about you?
I'm at Maple Thistles on basically everything, but I am most active on Twitter.
And Josh?
I just did it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Josh, tell us again.
You can.
I almost made it. I made it through almost an entire episode without a fumble like that.
You can find me, Dennis B. Price, at HunterSlasher13 on Twitter, where I recently tweeted about that I got over 7,000 trophies and the platinum of God of War. Yeah, I'm almost level 30. I'm getting there.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Free time must be nice.
Oh, it's great. I usually like sleep till noon, but I couldn't do it this time. I'm just
shut
Kids.
up. Steve?
You can just find me on Twitter at sfigvari.
Right on. You can find me on Twitter at ReggieFeesameme. Or if you're on Reddit, you can find me under Trainass, usually on the Xbox One sub or the new Xbox Insiders subreddit, modding those. And you can also get us. You can also get us on our podcast account on Twitter at Canadian Geek CST, and we've also got our website, which is CanadianGeekCST.wixsite.com/home. You can grab us there, where you can see our profiles, as well as grab previous episodes and kind of check that out. So be sure to tune in next week for our E3 prediction thread, or I guess I should say the start of our E3 prediction threads. I forget. I'm not sure which console we're going to start with, but be sure to tune into that one. And if there's time, we might also discuss why pineapple is the worst topping on pizza.
Let me ask, when you were a kid, did pineapple drop on your head and that's why you dislike it so much?
My family was brutally murdered by a pineapple.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for bringing it up all like 9 episodes in. I just keep bringing it up.
And now,
I'm sorry.
by night, he is Pineapple Man.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be on the next episode of Canadian Geekcast.
Freaky Boys jamming.